Well, such a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon. It's a wonderful day for the Landlocked Film Festival. Absolutely. Beautiful turnout. But I want to introduce you and your two children. You are Becky Garcia, Cecilia Garcia, and Jacob Garcia. Tell me about the film you're in.
It's a film based on a single mom with 6 children. We got 2 weeks to go. We have to get this done perfect. This is my Reina's night, and I don't want anything to mess it up, okay, everybody? Let's cheer for Elizabeth! And in reality, I do have 6 children, and I am a single mother, so it hit very close to home. It's fictional and stuff, but a lot of it does hit home, having 6 children and being on my own.
So how did you get involved in this film in the first place?
Aaron, who's the director, was looking for he wanted to work with some people and was asking people around town, with Mexican Americans around town, and he said everybody was giving him my name, so he gave me a call, and from there it just happened like clockwork. Yeah.
Were any of you ever involved in theater or in film?
Never. I did some plays in school, but that was about as far as it went. But no, never.
And did you ever imagine you'd be in a movie?
No.
Did you like it?
Yes.
What was your favorite part?
When Samantha told the dog to pee on Tanner.
And have you ever thought you'd be in a movie?
Well,
Did you like it? This story, you said it has some resonance with your own life because you have 6 kids. This looked familiar to you.
Yes, because my son is 21. And it was hard for him to decide whether to go work full-time or go to college. So it just really hit home, and the struggles we have and everything, it really was close to home. But we stick together, and our family is really close-knit. So this movie really pretty much fit my family. So it was just really nice to do. It was kind of easy and hard at the same time. Yeah.
So the story is kind of a coming-of-age story of 2 people, actually, the whole family. But if you think of My Sister's Quinceañera, obviously that's the name of the film, so it's about your daughter turning 15, but also about your son who's trying to figure out what to do next with his life. Did the kind of ambivalence your son had in the film about whether he should stay, whether he should go, leave his family responsibilities to strike off on his own, did that feel like a story you know from your own experience here in Iowa?
Yes, it did. My son wasn't even in the film for the fact that he had to decide to be in the film or work, and he had to work, so he couldn't miss work. But every time he would come home, he was like, "That's my life, Mom. That is my life." And so yeah, it was. And there was parts that were hard for me, and it was easy when I was filming, because I could really feel it for the fact that it was my son in the film, Silas. So it was real close to home.
So do you think you'll be in any more films in the future?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to be.
Well, thank you, kids, for being here with us. Thank you, Cece. Bye-bye. So here we are with some more stars from the film My Sister's Quinceañera. I'll ask you to introduce yourselves and tell me what role you played in the film.
My name's Nicole Street, and I play the love interest.
My name is Samantha Garcia, and I'm Silas's little sister.
My name is Elizabeth Agapito, and I'm the quinceañera.
You're the quinceañera. So for people who don't know what that means, what is the quinceañera?
The quinceañera is like the star of, it's like a Sweet 16, and she's the main star, but it's a Mexican tradition, and instead of a Sweet 16, it's Sweet 15. And it's, for us, it's basically like turning into a grown woman instead of turning 16, yes. Mm-hmm.
So the story has lots of different angles, but obviously one of the main areas of focus is the preparation for this party, learning how to dance, and you as the younger sister seem kind of resentful of your older sister for all the attention she's getting. Yeah, so what was this like for you to play as a part?
It was a lot of fun, and then she's like my friend, so she was my sister in the film, but it was really fun because I was jealous of her and stuff like that, and Cyrus was my brother, so I always was on his side and stuff and everything, so it was really fun. Yeah.
Well, then let me go to you, Nicole, because you play the love interest, and we see your relationship with Silas grow throughout the film.
El borracho.
Besides, if we move out, we'll probably end up back in Muscatine anyway. That's how it always is. People will leave for a year or 2 and come back and then live here for forever. And maybe we'll be the first, you know?
And now, did you know the man who is the main character before you began filming?
Yes, we were actually friends before, and so it was interesting playing those roles, but it was fun, you know. It was a good experience, definitely.
Now, within the script, did you have the opportunity as actresses to kind of change things that didn't feel quite right to you? Was there ever a moment when the filming was happening where you were asked to respond in a certain way by the director and you thought, I don't really think that's the way a girl my age would respond? Was there ever such a moment?
No, my role was to be a diva, and I was right on it.
You were very good.
Sassy, yes.
Yes, you were. You were also very sassy.
Yes, I was, but nothing like that ever happened. We played our roles as we wanted. Yeah.
That's great. And did this all feel very natural to you, this girlfriend relationship?
Yeah, well, actually, the way that the director actually made the film go was very natural. So we all kind of did our own like personalities. So I tend to be more shy. So I was shy in the movie. So I mean, it worked out well.
Now, the film is shot in Muscatine. Are you all from Muscatine? Yeah, you are. Yeah, and when you saw it on the screen, did the town look like the town you recognize on a daily basis?
No, it's very different, yes.
Interesting. Why do you think that's true?
Because we don't really go all around. They filmed all around Muscatine, and they had very beautiful scenes, and we're just normal town people just walking around, and we're like, oh, look, there's a building. Oh, we don't really pay attention to those type of features and scenes. But when it's in a movie, we're like, wow, I can't believe Muscatine's really like this. Yeah, it's very different. And yes.
Same reaction for you?
Yeah, it was very different. You saw different parts of Muscatine that we thought it was. Like, it's so beautiful compared to what we really think it was, but it was really different. Yeah.
There's a scene where you're up on in a high part of the city, sort of in a park or something, and you're looking down, you see the Mississippi, you see parts of Muscatine, and you're asking your brother.
You think you'll live here forever?
Yeah, I'm gonna get married here. So do you think you're gonna live here?
Probably not forever.
Why not?
Is that the way a lot of kids your age, from your kind of background, would feel?
Sometimes, because they want to stay in their hometown forever, but sometimes there's other kids that don't think that way, but that's how I think. I want to be there for as long as I can.
Well, now, not to be too specific about your age, but are you a little older than these girls?
I'm actually 23, but it was 2 years ago, so I was 21 when we filmed it, but yeah.
And have you stayed in Muscatine? Do you have a life and a family there?
I don't have a family yet, but I do live there. I was born and raised there, so. But I do kind of identify with the Silas character of wanting to kind of venture out into new cities. So, I mean, yeah.
You played the character of Silas in this film. Please tell me your real name.
My name is Francis Silas Garcia.
So you are the brother of a couple of these girls.
Yes.
Yes. No?
I'm just kidding. She's my sister.
Oh.
They play my sisters in the film.
Oh, I see. Great. Okay, great.
Best friend.
Okay, great. Hi. So tell me about your role in this film. How did you get started in this whole project?
Erin came to a place where my mom kind of worked at a nonprofit organization, and she kind of told me she thought it was a documentary, so I came in there. I like documentaries, and he ended up telling me it's going to be a fictional film. Okay, so I came to the workshop and came there, and he enjoyed my story and kind of made the movie a little bit about my life, and so I agreed to it, and I enjoyed doing it.
So now when you see the movie, does it feel like your life?
A pretty good chunk of it, yeah, actually. It seems pretty similar to my life. It was weird seeing it. Seeing myself on screen was really weird, but it was awesome. It was put together very well.
Yeah. And you hadn't acted before?
No, I have not. No acting experience. Maybe in elementary, like little plays, but nothing really acting.
And you look very different in the film. Your hair's kind of long. You're kind of thinking about what you're going to do with your life and wondering what comes next. And it's not an atypical story for kids who are coming out of high school, but it's placed in Muscatine as it is, and kind of family life you have. What do you see as the future for this young man?
What I see for him is it would be better for him to pursue an education and then maybe come back and help his family with that kind of type of job or something like that. Because, I mean, I see that a lot everywhere. Everyone thinks maybe I should stay and help my family, and you may end up suffering a little bit more than you should. But, I mean, it's good to help out your family.
Well, he's definitely the man of the family at this point in time because there is a father, but he's not there with the family at this time, right?
Yeah, and that's pretty much how it was in my life as well. And so I feel the same thing for my character, and just like I was the man of the family. I took control of everything. I was the boss, you know. And so I see as Silas's place in society is just to. It's really hard because, you know, he doesn't want to leave behind his little sisters or a female friend, and just like it's really hard to see what you would like to do with that.
So how was it acting with these young women in this film? Did it all go pretty smoothly? Did you get to feel like family?
It went smoothly, ish, except for this one. And she was kind of butting heads with me a little bit, but we ended up, you know, being a lot good together. We had a really big dynamic, I would say, you know.
Well, it works on film because it's a very realistic antagonism and love between the two of you guys, I think, that comes across on film. So do you expect to do film work in the future?
I actually would like to, but I don't know if I see it as a thing that would really happen. I don't know. But I really would love to. It would be awesome to do so.
I think you're very, very good in the film. I asked these guys before you came up here whether the Muscatine that we see on screen, the city of Muscatine, the sort of the visual sense of it, does that feel like the Muscatine you know?
Yes, actually, and you get to see a lot more than what everyone else does. They're just kind of, you know, they pass on by just like we are on this street right here, and people kind of take it for granted, and you get a couple views from Mark Twain's viewpoint, and so his overlook, and he actually claimed that as the best sunsets that he's ever enjoyed. So you see a lot more of the Muscatine riverfront from there, and you do see how it is. There are some parts where, you know, it's impoverished, and then you see some parts in Muscatine where it's higher end. You know, there's kind of a big gap.
One of the things that I thought was most interesting about the film was that there are long periods in the film where you're just kind of walking around with your friend. You're just kind of hanging out. You know, very often that part of life is cut really short in films. You're supposed to fill in all the, quote, dead space. But I really liked it in this film because it felt like the long, endless days where you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life that I think most of us have gone through. I thought that was very realistic. Did you have conversations with the director about where he was going with these things?
We did a little bit. It was a lot of improv. We kind of just like everyone got their input on, like, you know, some of these places are some great places to go to or just kind of walk through, or places that we actually did when we were younger. Like, well, when I was younger, because they're still kind of young. But yeah, so when Silas and his friend Tanner walking everywhere, those were places we hung out and kind of stuff that we did. And yeah, it seemed long, but it was pretty fun.
It's good. And of course, you guys all got to have some fun getting dressed up and, you know, looking as beautiful as you all do tonight. This is a tradition you've all experienced in your own family lives as well, right? Kids coming up younger than you now are planning for this party, getting outfitted like this. Give me an example from your own life about a celebration, a quinceañera celebration. What happens?
I had my quinceañera like about a year ago already, and it was like so awesome and stuff because like you dance with your dad so he knows that you're a woman and you're going to be going off on dates with guys and stuff, so it's really different, but it's life-changing and stuff like that. But it was like almost a year ago. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Do you have any memories of this time for yourself?
Oh, no, I didn't. I never had a quinceañera. No.
Oh, that's interesting. So some do, some don't. Did you have a quinceañera?
I didn't get to experience one myself, but those were one of the best memories I had going to my cousins, because that's when the family really came together and really just enjoyed the party, and it was really fun. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. I think it's a wonderful film. You're all just terrific in it, and I hope you enjoy the showing tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We got 2 weeks to go. We have to get this done perfect. This is my Reina's night, and I don't want anything to mess it up, okay, everybody? Let's cheer for Elizabeth!
What do you like about here?
The cold winters and the hot summers.
Instead of that.
Yeah. You have something right here.
Ah! No!
Yeah. You think you'll live here forever?
Yeah, I'm gonna get married here. So do you think you're gonna live here?
Probably not forever.
Why not?
I've done everything I need to here.
Quit fighting.
Jacob!
Sorry, this chick, Cecilia. Jacob just bit her.
You told your mom you're gonna leave?
I haven't really told anyone.
El borracho.
Besides, if we move out, we'll probably end up back in Muscatine anyway. That's how it always is. People leave for a year or two and come back and then live here for forever. Maybe we'll be the first, you know?
There we go, double play.
Beautiful.
They're not catching.
If you think too long about it, your decision's pretty much gonna be made for you. You're gonna miss the start of school and you ain't gonna be able to go.
I'll miss you if you leave, you know.
Hello, Sam Roberts. Nice to meet you.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I'm very well, and I want you to tell us about your story, your film, A Fish Story.
It was a film that I wrote basically to heal my own pain about the death of my father. It's a personal journey that I started many years ago. It's a story about a father's promise to his children that one day he was going to build a fishing cabin in the wilderness, as my father promised us. And my father finally finished his cabin, and the night that he finished it, he died. Yeah. And this is a story about the family's first time they come back to the cabin 3 months after their father's passing, trying to sort of just make heads and tails of what just sort of happened to their lives. And it's also a story about the father. I play my father in the movie. It's a story about the father's search for heaven, and he can't find it because he blames his family's dysfunction as a result of his having died. And he can't find peace until he knows that they're going to be okay. So he comes back and spends the weekend with them in the body of a wanted man. And he has to win the love and the trust of his wife and children without telling them that he's their father, while the authorities are closing in on him. And he has to win their love and trust in order to teach them that life is for the living. And once they can let him go, then he can let them go and find peace.
Wow, a wonderful story, complex story. I'm anxious to see the film. But how long did you work on it?
I wrote the first script for it in 1986, so close to 30 years. But there was a 15-year sort of hiatus where I was working, I had a job. But since in 2008, it won Best Screenplay in a film festival, and so 5 years of 24/7, pretty much.
Wow, fantastic.
And
So what was...
It stars Eddie McClintock, who is currently the star of the NBC Universal TV series Warehouse 13, which is on the Sci-Fi Network. And it was directed by Matt Berman, who is my childhood friend that we've been friends since we were teenagers.
So he even knew your father?
Yeah, actually, the fathers knew each other, which was kind of cool.
So how strange was it for you to play your father?
It was, you know what, when the director said to me, so who's going to play your dad? I said, I am. And he said, no, really, who's going to play your dad? I said, you could get anyone else to play him, but no one knows him like I know him, you know. So it was a great experience. My mother came on the set, and my brother was there, and I had my family, my children with me, which it was a wonderful family movie, and the cast and crew was like a family. It was good.
Wow. And so what kind of reaction have you gotten from people?
It's been wonderful. I think that I set out to tell a story, my story about my father, to heal my pain, and this Landlocked is the fourth time we've screened it publicly, and I think this film touches people's hearts. It's sort of become bigger than me now. I think it's really it heals people. You know, it's a story that I think every bereavement center should show to those people who have lost somebody, and it's sort of a story. It's a happy. It's a story about. It's sad, but it's uplifting and it's spiritual and it's. I think there's a healing power to it that people who have seen the film have said, "Oh my God, thank you for making this film," and that's gratifying as a filmmaker, just to touch people's hearts, you know. So.
And what would your father think?
I think he'd be pretty proud. You know, I'm the only one who really hasn't let him go yet. I think maybe now you can go, Dad. You know.
Someone once said that everything happens for a reason.
Daddy's home!
There's my lucky charm. Oh, I'm not sure I believe that.
Did you finish it like you promised? Are we gonna get to see it?
Yes.
Really?
Tomorrow's the day. Life is full of choices and decisions.
You spent almost the last 2 years building that cabin. We just want you back.
We can change our minds, or we can start all over again.
Hey!
Holy!
Nick! Nick!
Oh my God! I'm sorry. But in death, that's not an option.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Your life is already behind you. Now you're everywhere, and you're nowhere.
I got him.
Who? How?
The guy who fled the scene of the crash. He's wanted for all those robberies, too.
Oh my God!
Oh, what's wrong?
Over there! Some idiot doesn't know the way of the lake!
You can see me? What the?
What is that? Who is that?
Welcome to my world.
Whoa! He moved!
You're still alive. Quick, get back in your body. You go. You saved my soul, Nick. Now go save yours.
Mom, we found a guy in the lake, but we thought we were dead, but he's not.
Honey, slow down.
Sure. We're going after him tomorrow.
A manhunt?
I think Charlie's in serious danger. Jane, too.
Home is empty, without a family to fill it.
Where'd you hear that?
Tell a story.
What kind of a story? A fish story? Is there any other kind? He kind of reminds me of it. Me too.
Charlie, are you okay?
Daddy?
Good, here he comes.
Yeah!
We got 9!
They are coming with boats and guns.
We all hurt, really. All of us. We got company. Hold him right there. You're under arrest. Charlie!
Keith Hedlund, so nice to talk with you. I understand you showed your film a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, it had a great reception over at the library early this afternoon, and I was happy to see that people enjoyed it.
So tell me about the film. It's called Homecoming.
Yeah, well, it's about 3 friends who reunite about 10 years after they've graduated from high school. They're from the post-recession Bakersfield, California, which is not a real happy place right now if you've ever visited there. And one's become pretty well-to-do. A couple of them have become a real struggling working class couple, and they get together and mayhem ensues.
Good mayhem? Good things happen?
Some good, I like to call it a tragicomedy. So.
Well, so that leaves us kind of hanging here. Does this come out of personal experience?
Not really. I like to think emotionally a lot of the stuff comes out of personal experience, but the story is pretty original.
Now, are you from this area?
I'm actually from Minneapolis. So luckily I was actually in town for the summer in Minneapolis. I live in Los Angeles now, but so I was able to drive down here for this festival. And one of my actors, Nicholas Downs, has been in a number of films that have shown at this festival. He's from Iowa.
I've interviewed Nicholas before. He's very good. Yeah, he's very
wonderful.
good.
So he's the lead actor in that film. So.
So have you made other films as well? Is this your first one, or?
I've made documentary film, several films at UCLA, and I also written a feature script right now, which won an award with the Sloan Foundation, and I have an agent with that in New York, and we're trying to get that looked at in LA. That's about a physics teacher and his students. It really takes issue of education on right now. I'm really been worked as an educator in the past, and I'm really passionate about those issues, and feel like public school teachers are getting kind of a hard rap right now, so I want to give them a little support.
So what's your, do you have a preferred genre? Is sort of an absolutely original story preferable to you, or do you really sort of lean toward documentaries in your own work?
My preferred genre is good movies. So anything that is exciting, interesting, thought-provoking, entertaining is what I enjoy. So I'm interested in doing any of the above, and I like to watch everything.
Well, Keith Hedlund, thank you so much for taking a minute to talk with us, and good luck on Homecoming.
Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Seth Camillo, great to have you here. I wanted to talk about your film Matchmaker.
Yes. What about it?
I want to know about the story.
Okay, well, the story was, it was 10 years ago, and my friend and I were single, and we decided that what we should do to remedy that problem was to go to the world's largest matchmaking festival in Lucianvine, Ireland, and hire the world's most renowned matchmaker and film our adventure.
As I went down through Dublin City as the hour of 12 had died, who would I see but the Spanish lady washing her feet by candlelight? First she washed them, then she dried them o'er a fire from angry coal. And all my life I never did see a maid so neat as a Spanish lady. Whack full of two-rai-oo-rai-yaddy, whack full of two-rai-oo-rai-yay. Whack full of two-rai-oo-rai-yaddy, whack full of two-rai-oo-rai-yay. As I came down through Dublin City at the hour of 8:30, who would I see but the Spanish lady brushing her hair in the broad daylight? First she tossed it, then she washed it on her neat little silver comb. And all my life I never did see a maid so neat as a Spanish lady.
Who knew that there was a world's largest matchmaking festival, and how did you find out about this thing in Ireland?
Well, actually, I was sitting in Mickey's talking to my friend, and I was like, we really need to figure out some film to make. And he's like, well, sometime we should go to Ireland and make a film at this place. He's an Irish file, so he knew about it. 50,000 people descend on this town of 800 people every year. And yes, and so I was like, let's make it now. We're both single, so let's do it. And we did it.
And you did it. So you had some escapades, I take it.
Yes, we did have escapades.
Can you talk about any of them here? I understand your new wife is here.
My new wife is there. Hang on, I'm going to help the set as well.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I mostly just humiliated myself. He did have success, but I mostly just humiliated myself. And that.
What's more fun on film, the humiliation or the success?
I think both are different. I mean, I'm what is like you need to try to avoid, and he shows what the possibility is. But I learned a lot, and actually, I think from coming back from having been there, I did actually learn quite a bit. And I had a confidence, a sense of confidence about myself, and finding love when I came back that I had never had in my life, and that's when I met my wife.
Oh, that's a wonderful story. And in terms of taking all this footage, did you know when you started what you're going to end up with?
We had no idea. We just knew it was either going to be really awful or really wonderful. And it would be either just hilarious because we were just going to fail so miserably, and it turned out to be both things. And really at the end of the day, it is a comedy, but at the end of the day, I think I'm joking about it. But honestly, the film, the actual plot line of the film is sort of about taking the risks and being strong and searching for love. And there's no better place to learn about it than in Leeuwarden, honestly.
That's fantastic. So before this, did you ever do anything like Match.com, any of these online services? This was all new to you?
Yes, this was new to me, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm anxious to see the film. Thank you, Seth. I know you're moving out to Los Angeles soon. Good luck there.
Thank you very much.